What radio? The music you want. Send your requests and dedications to radio@keysdan.com. What's up, party people? It's Keys Dan with RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com, coming to you live and in living color from the Radio What studios. And this is my podcast, What Makes You Famous. It's an extension of the RadioWhat.com internet radio station that I've been running for quite some time. And if you need DJ services, I encourage you to check out DJLittleRock.com. Check availability and get a free price quote. And maybe you can have me at your next event. You know, I likes the weddings, the parties, the birthday parties, the karaoke jams, the video dance parties. I had a party last Saturday night. Let me tell you. Last Saturday night, I was up at Heber Springs at the VFW. And, you know, when you're doing a show for the first time as a DJ, you don't know what to expect. I didn't know what to expect. I'm going to a new place. Yes, I've done shows at VFWs before, but I just don't know what to expect. The types of people, Heber Springs. I've done some weddings and parties up there in Heber Springs in that area, but I still didn't know what to expect. But Akila, one of the bartenders there, she hired me out. I've seen her at different places. I think the last time I saw her was at the Choctaw VFW just down the way. So she saw me and she saw my show and she said, "Man, I'd like to get you over to Heber Springs." Now, it was a gentleman's birthday party. Philip, I think, was his name. It was his birthday, and he graduated in the 80s. So she said, "Let's have an 80s theme party." And I said, "Please, let's do, because I'm class of 86. I know the 80s. I like the 80s. I'm from the 80s. I'm here to help." So that made me feel a little bit better about going there. You know, I had an idea of what I was going to do. Oh, yeah. And by the way, on the program today, Dustin Colvin from Russellville, Arkansas. You're going to want to hear about Dustin Colvin in Russellville, Arkansas. All right. Back to the story. Heber Springs, VFW. Okay. I get to the place. I get to Heber Springs, VFW. It's about an hour away from Conway, where I live. Not bad. It Highway 65 to Highway 25, 2 turns, plenty of road, no dirt roads. It was pretty easy to drive there. I get there, they have the back door open for me, right into the big room, and let me tell you, it's a big room, baby. Huge room. Nice, gigantic, rectangular room. Fresh paint on the walls. The walls are painted nice and red with some white accents. There's the pictures. Of course, the American flag's up there. It is a VFW. The floor. Oh my goodness, the floor. This place is made for dancing. They have this rectangular dance floor that is checkered. Perfect for the 80s themed anyway, because I had my checkered bow tie and my checkered suspenders on and my checkered vest on for that matter. So yeah, I was all checkered out because I remember how I dressed in the 80s, just like that. At least sometimes. You know, I have my parachute pants sometimes, but no, this time I went with the checkers. And I look at the floor, it's all checkered out, and right in the middle, a nice logo for the VFW. This room was made for partying. And I look to one side of the room. What do they have? No, not just a regular stage. One of the coolest stages I've ever seen. Somebody put some thought into this when they designed this stage. Imagine a stage, a regular stage, all one level. Okay, now forget that. This stage had 3 different levels. Down the middle was kind of like a wide runway, like you'd see in a model show, you know, where you'd have this runway that the models could come out and go back down. So I set my stuff back further, close to the wall, and I did that because at first they said they just wanted a DJ show, a dance party, but before I started setting up, Akila said, "Hey, the birthday boy is really into karaoke. Can we do that?" No problem. It's just one more screen. I've got my microphones with me. I'm always ready for karaoke. Fantastic. So this stage is in three. It's on 3 levels. It's in 3 parts. So you have 2 levels. The right and the left are about 10 inches higher. So maybe 1 riser higher than the rest of the stage. So say if you were going to put a band up there, you could put a guitarist on one riser, another guitar, the bassist on the other riser, the drummer right down the middle, and then the singer right up front. So for bands, what a great idea to have these 3 different levels of a stage. But what I did was I used the 3 different levels, and I put my speakers I put my speakers with the stands, one on one level, one on the other level, which are they're the same height, and then I set myself up on the lower level down the middle. Fantastic, man. And I put my lights up. They were just, I'm so glad that I got to know them. And then the first half hour or so is us getting to know each other, me trying to read the crowd, find out what they want. But as soon as we started singing, they started singing primarily the 80s, which was great. They stayed on theme almost the whole night, which is fantastic. Once you come up with the theme, okay, yeah, if we did Hawaiian Luau, how many times can you hear Tiny Bubbles? That one, maybe you don't have to stay on theme. But if you got the 80s, you got this great catalog, this great genre of music. And the 80s, yes, has become a genre, whether it's rock or pop or disco or funk. It's all 80s. You could feel it. You know what 80s music is. It's not just the new wave part of the 80s. And you have all these different types of songs to sing. Why not just sing them? And they did. I would play a dance song, they would sing a song. I would play a couple of dance songs, they would sing a song. It was so good. Heber Springs, VFW. It was so good. All right. Originally, Aquila said, hey, let's do it the 7th, and then we'll come back on the 14th, which is 2 weeks. Well, they said, at the end of the night, she said, we've been having a karaoke contest. I don't really like karaoke contests, but that's a whole nother story. I always figure out that they're kind of popularity contest, but that's on me. They're having a karaoke contest like Thursdays and Fridays there at the Heber Springs VFW. They said, hey, for the grand finale, can we have you? And I said, as long as I don't have to do any judging, I am happy to provide the sound and the music. And she said, yes, we have judges. The singers were here tonight, and they want you. They said you were awesome. They loved you. I really enjoy hearing that. I cannot hear that enough, because I cannot judge myself of how good I do as a disc jockey, as an entertainer, because I'm also the MC as well. And sometimes I think, well, am I talking too much on the mic? Are my jokes funny? Am I being just the right amount of funny? Or am I going too far? And it's nice when they say they loved you. I even had one lady, a German lady. She said, this is the first time that I have had fun at the Heber Springs VFW. And in the back of my head, I can, and PC or not, I'm going to say it. In the back of my head, I could say German lady at a VFW, Veterans of Foreign Wars. Yeah, I could see how she might not have a good time every time, but I'm so glad that she was there and had a good time. Thank you, Viola, for being at the Heber Springs VFW, and I hope I see you again. So they want me back on the finale on the 28th of September. That's fantastic. I'm so excited about that. So I guess I could tell you about the shows I got coming up this week. Let's see. Thursday, I'll be at the Old Post Barbecue in Russellville, Arkansas from 6 to 9. Be there. That's my every other Thursday at the Old Post Barbecue. It's a family-friendly show. They got great food, and they got frosty beverages. If you're over 21 and you want to imbibe, please do. But I do keep the music family-friendly, so bring the whole family. Bring everybody. It's a good after-school treat Thursday from 6 to 9 at the Old Post Barbecue in Russellville, Arkansas. Then on Friday night, I'm at the Rab. Oh, yeah, the Rab in Conway, Arkansas. That is an over 21 show. That's adults only, please. They have a full bar. The kitchen's open. They got the pool tables, the tournament every Friday night. So if you want to get involved in that, talk to Mark and Debbie. And if you get in contact with the Rab on their page, I'm sure you can figure out who Mark and Debbie are, and maybe you could be a part of the pool tournament on Friday nights. And then outside on the party patio, they have a brand new shuffleboard and foosball. Yeah, foosball. And they also have the giant Jenga game out on the party patio. So check that out. That's Friday night at the Rab in Conway, Arkansas. It starts at 8 p.m. and it goes all the way till last call, which is usually around 2 in the a.m. So come play with me this weekend. And I think on Saturday, I don't have a show. Oh, but I think I'm going to go check out my boys' Bad Habit, a nice 4-piece rock band, some young kids. They'll be at the Old Bank in Russellville, Arkansas. So I think I might go there and visit with them and listen to a good rock show in Russellville, Old Bank. So, hey, maybe I might see you there. I think I've talked your ear off enough. I just had a good time at the Haver Springs VFW. It's nice when a new show goes good, but I need to talk to Dustin Colvin and find out more about him. Let's give him a call. Calling Dustin Colvin now.
Hello.
Dustin Colvin, please.
This is he. What's up, brother?
Dustin Colvin. It's Keys Dan with the What Makes You Famous podcast. How's your day?
Man, living the dream. Busy today.
Say it again?
It was busy today.
Busy today. How so?
Oh, yeah. Well, you know where I work. I work for the Gurus up in Russellville, and just the customers coming in all day long. I love it, working with general public. People are funny. Crack me up, man.
Okay. All right. We'll give the people a little bio of who Dustin Colvin is.
Well, I am 32. I'm from Russellville. Grew up Dover, Russellville, all that. Graduated in 2005. Went to the Navy. Did that for 6 years. Went to Tech. Bunch of jobs in between. Moved out to Alabama about 3.5 years ago and worked with my buddy Brent Vining. He's actually here with me this evening. We're just over at his house hanging out. And we sold furniture for a few years and become a regional manager for them. And then I left them and got recruited by another company for another regional, district sales job. I was an outside sales rep for them. And, personal life changed a little bit and decided to come back to Arkansas. And now Brent and I are actually getting ready to open up a restaurant.
Lots to unpack, my man. See, I knew there was a story there. I knew it. I never know where these things are going to go. And you have... You've already laid the foundations for a story, Dustin Colvin. You're from Russellville. You grew up in Russellville. Born and raised?
I was actually born in Sacramento.
Sacramento? Wait, how did that happen? Born in Sacramento. What were the parents? What were they doing?
All right, so Dad is from New York. My family's Iroquois. We're Indians. So we got a reservation up there. And they all moved out to Sacramento. And my mom ran away after high school. Just her and her girlfriend wanted to go to California. Ended up meeting my dad at the California State Fair. Fell in love immediately. And apparently this idiot has never heard of humidity. So he followed her to Arkansas.
Now that's a love story right there, man. You never know how people meet. And that is fantastic, man. And mom and dad still around?
No, I mean, that ended years ago on, probably a good thing that it did.
Right.
Dad passed away a couple of years ago, and mom is still here in Russellville.
Okay. All right. So you still keep in touch with mom then?
Oh, I talk to her every day.
Love it. Love it. That family is very important. That's very telling about you, that you came back home to be with mom, to have family around you. That says a lot about you, Dustin Colvin. So, all right, let's explore. you went to Russellville High School, I'm guessing?
I did. I went to Russellville High School, graduated in '05.
'05, not too long ago. You're a young man. So what were the extracurricular activities in Russellville High School?
I mean, I loved yearbook. I was actually a photographer for them for 3 years.
Cool.
And pretty much outside of that was, I mean, it was early 2000s. You know, we were still lighting bonfires and fields and cruising the strip back then.
See, I like that. Small town life in Russellville, Arkansas.
It's simple.
Yeah. Now, in 2005, I know digital was high and mighty. Were you using film at all?
Honestly, I was still in a black room in 2005. I was in a dark room just because I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
As far as other technology, I really didn't get into the major technology scene until after I joined the Navy. I was pretty basic. Like, give me a good camera, give me a radio, and I'm happy.
What was your camera of choice?
What's up?
What was your weapon? Your camera of choice?
I prefer a Canon.
Okay.
The just a basic SLR is fine. I'd like a Rebel just because it's so diverse.
I have one. I have a T6. I like it. It's very easy. Point and shoot.
Exactly. I mean, I had the T5 recently, and I mean, you can take that thing anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want the exercise lens, you can do that. If you want a close up, I mean, you can do anything you want with that camera.
Sure enough, man. It was a good investment. So you still take a lot of pictures then?
Man, honestly, I wish I could say yeah.
Oh.
Pretty much as soon as I transitioned my career into sales,
yes,
I am so busy all the time.
Believe it. There's a lot to see in this great state of ours. You know, I'm from Miami, so I transitioned from blue to green. And you didn't spend a lot of time in Sacramento. You were born there and quickly shuffled over to Russellville. Is that right?
Oh yeah, we were here by the time I was 3.
Okay, so you don't remember California at all?
Not in that aspect. Now I went back a few times, visited, and before I went to the Navy, I went out there for a month, and then I ended up getting stationed out there.
Oh,
as a kid growing up there, I didn't experience that.
Yeah, but Sacramento, great! What a great place to be stationed. I've done some parties out there myself.
Well, I was stationed out in San Diego, but I went and visited family though while I was out there.
That's what I meant. San Diego, Sacramento's the capital. I know San Diego's got the big port there. So that's a great port of call, man.
Oh yeah, it's gorgeous.
Okay,
average temperature is like 72.
So you were taking some pictures in high school, and then as soon as you got out of high school, no college, you said, "I'm going to the Navy."
Yeah. Actually, I decided in the 9th grade that I was going to go to the Marines, and then that transitioned to the Navy. So I took my summer, and I actually enlisted while I was my second semester, my senior year.
So good time in the Navy, or never again volunteer yourself.
Man, honestly, I would still do it. I got a nice little letter saying that I couldn't re-enlist.
Yeah.
It was a reduction of combat services back in 2008.
Oh.
And then I got out in 2009.
Oh. Oh, wait, you couldn't re-enlist, or you could?
No, I've got the code where I'm eligible for it.
Oh, cool.
But because of the field that I was in, I had to get out.
What did you do? If you can say.
I was a gunner's mate.
Gunner's mate. What does that do?
Yeah. I worked for some real cool people. I was in spec war for a while, and then I was a weapons instructor.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So still, Navy guys, they're not usually combat guys. They're usually, sailors, I guess. But you were combat ready. You can handle a gun.
I wish I could tell you anything about a ship. I've seen them.
It's funny. My brother was in the Navy for 6 years, never got on a boat, ever. He was stationed in Orlando.
Nice.
Far away from the water. How did that happen? I don't know. I think he had a girlfriend and who soon became his wife, and he always miraculously got injured before he was supposed to be shipped out.
Yeah.
So you never saw a boat, really? You never got on the water. What? Yep. How did that happen?
Basically, just got recruited into spec war.
Spec war.
Special warfare. So we flew to some places.
Okay. I mean, anything you could tell about that would be great, because it sounds pretty freaking interesting, man. Spec
I mean,
War sounds like you're a smart guy and you can strategize and that kind of thing.
It's fun, honestly. I mean, there's nothing, big and glamorous about it. A lot of it is playing Call of Duty and taking early morning runs.
Okay. Did you actually play Call of Duty?
Oh, I played a lot of Call of Duty.
Really? Is that a good training device for the Navy, or was that something to pass the time away?
It's just a good outlet, man. It's just get there and just shoot somebody and kill some stuff and talk crap to everybody.
Okay.
Just a way to release and have fun.
So, all right, in the Navy, you didn't get to go overseas or do anything like that? It was mostly in San Diego?
Oh, no. Hell, my last deployment was Afghanistan, Kuwait, and Iran.
Well, how did you get there? Not by boat?
No, we flew.
Navy Air. Okay. Top Gun, baby.
No, here, check this out.
Yes.
This one was actually when I was in the reserves, because I got out, went to school, and then I joined the reserves. And they found out I was a gunner's mate, so they're like, I hope you like the desert. You're leaving in 8 days. But we flew commercial.
What?
Straight up. We flew in commercial with military escort.
I guess that would be less expensive for the taxpayer, you know. So your time in the Navy was mostly planning different things, or were you out in the desert working doing?
I was out there a few times, but a lot of it is just sit around waiting to find out what's going to go on.
But okay, so you weren't involved in the planning at all?
No. I was more basically tell us where to go and we're going to carry it out.
Very good. All right. Your time in the Navy. Anything else you want to divulge?
Yeah.
Go. Tell all about it, Dustin Colvin.
It's not about the Navy.
Okay, well, I mean, after the Navy, what did you end up doing?
All right, so, the funny thing, like you said that you were from Miami.
Yes.
Company that I worked for, we actually had a store in Port St. Lucie.
Oh, okay, not too far away.
Yeah.
I think I've done some weddings out there, DJing.
There you go. Yeah, so I was going to say, I know a little bit about your neck of the woods. Not a whole lot.
Florida, it's an interesting kind of state, man.
Okay.
I know I have a lot of listeners there still because I was on the radio in South Florida for quite some time. But yeah, Florida. I miss it, but I'm okay here. I'm happy in Conway. That's where I'm at right now.
There you go.
So, all right, where did you go from the Navy?
From the Navy, I came back here
to Russellville.
Came back to Russellville.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then, all right. So from my last deployment, I came back here. I ended up getting a job with Southwestern Energy.
Good company.
And
it?
It was a great company. I loved it.
What kind of work did you do there?
I was a field operator. I was a pumper.
Okay. So that kind of job it's a young man's job. It's real hard work, right?
It is and it's not. I mean, honestly, we had some guys out in the field that were, lower 60s, and it's mostly a technical job.
Okay.
No, you would think like old school oil field. Yeah. You need to have that, that younger back basically.
Sure.
But here, I mean, honestly, if we couldn't fix something in a half an hour, we're calling a crew. Like, hey, y'all need to come get this fixed.
Okay. But from what I understand, even for anyone really going in there, it's long hours, but the pay kind of balances it out. Is that what I understand? Correct?
Absolutely.
So you can be gone for 2 weeks, a month, and come back with a bag of cash in your pocket.
Well, we didn't travel,
okay.
So I actually lived in Dardanelle and I commuted to Damascus.
Okay, yeah, that's not too far away. Maybe an hour or so, right?
Yeah, from anywhere that we would meet at on the gas pad. I mean, I'm driving an hour, 15, hour 20 one way. So, I mean, I'm leaving the house by 5 o'clock in the morning.
Okay. But you were home every night?
Home every night. That's what I loved about it.
Not bad at all. I mean, because I've heard lots of different stories about being in the oil work, roughnecking and just being gone for weeks at a time. But, man, you lucked out.
Oh, yeah, because I was the guy that came in, after everything was drilled and it was flowing, we would get it online and just maintain it from there, kind of get our optimal flows, talk to our engineers in Texas, and they'd come up for a meeting and, just go over everything.
I understood about 10 of those words, Dustin Colvin, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I've never worked in the oil pipeline, but I've heard, hey, it's a necessary evil, I guess. It's until we find another source of energy that can replace it. You need that oil. That's something we need, and there's a lot of it here in the natural state. So in Arkansas, the natural state. I guess I need to define that for the people out there listening. So we're getting to know Dustin Colvin out there in Russellville, Arkansas, and you've had some kind of a life. But I'm hearing things about you wanting to do some things in the future with your friend that's sitting there. In fact, so all right, after the oil rig, what happened? Southwestern Energy.
Actually, yeah. Well, after Southwestern Energy, I mean, it's a great natural gas company, it really is.
Yes.
But I ended up getting a hold of Brent and asking if he needed a salesman. And he said, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure, but let me call the owner. See if he wants to schedule time to interview you." And I asked him where he was, and he was like, "I'm in Huntsville, Alabama." So I said, "Where in the hell is Huntsville, Alabama?" And he laughed and he said, "Google it. NASA's here, and where Redstone Arsenal is." So I Googled it, and 7.5 hours later, I called him. I was like, "Hey, man, I'm down the road. Where are you at?" So I just packed a duffel bag, man, and drove to Alabama.
So what kind of work did you do in Huntsville, Alabama?
We sold furniture.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, we sold a lot of furniture.
Okay, for a company or?
Yeah, for I honestly, I'd rather not say the name.
No problem. No problem.
Don't want to give them the free publicity.
No, but a big chain or a small mom and pop store.
It's a mom and pop, but he is doing very well for himself.
Fantastic. That's great. And with this time where businesses are closing primarily due to the internet, hey, it's good to have some brick and mortars that are still holding strong out there in Huntsville, Alabama. And
he's from Russellville.
And he's from Russellville to Huntsville.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, he's based out of here. He just has stores all over.
Oh, and then you ended up in Huntsville because he needed somebody there.
Exactly.
Fantastic. So how was your time in Huntsville, Alabama?
Man, I was out there for 3.5 years. Met this wonderful girl named Megan.
Oh, sweet.
And, just a couple of things, had a couple wrong turns, and I ended up moving back here 3.5 years. But, I mean, it was fun. It was a good time. I mean, I got recruited to another company while I was out there selling building supplies.
Cool.
And they were the number one dealer in Alabama and also like the number 3 dealer in the nation.
Oh.
And so I did that for them for a while. I did basically covered from Birmingham up to Nashville doing outside sales.
Excellent.
And then kind of things went, different way in my personal life and didn't really have anything holding me, to Alabama anymore. Had an opportunity to come back home. So here I am now.
Free man of the world, Dustin Colvin. Back to Russellville, Arkansas, to be closer to family to start with, right? Be closer to mama. That's great.
That's where I'd rather be.
Yes, born and raised in Sacramento, but primarily raised in the Russellville, Arkansas area. And so, what are you doing out there in Russellville now? I guess you could let the people know that.
Man, honestly, right now I am working for a company called Guru Pro Services. They've been here for 10 years. They used to be Guru My PC.
Yes.
But I'm working with them, helping them, get into businesses and try to bring in some more customers because they're doing really well. And we're just trying to, keep that going. Keep on, if you need something, keep it local. Don't have to outsource, don't have to wait.
Yeah.
So we're trying to just let people know that we're here.
So what kind of services does Guru Pro Services do? And why did they switch from My PC? I guess they branched out a bit.
Well, they wanted to rebrand themselves because they did. They branched out. They were primarily cell phones back in the day. Cell phones, and if you had a computer issue, bring it in. They can work on it. But they realized they have a lot more knowledge and technology at their fingertips to expand. So I mean, if you have a phone that doesn't work, but you need data off of it, they can do that. If you have a hard drive that you need backed up, and the hard drive is kind of corrupt and you can't get anything off of it, we can do that. But we can also, you crack your phone, we can still fix your phones. You crack a screen on a laptop, we got you covered. You need soldering done, got it. Game consoles, everybody messes up those HDMI ports because you just kind of rip everything out. We have one of the best solderers in the state.
Excellent. You can give him a shout out if you like.
I mean, Brian, you're my boy. You are the best solderer out there. Brian at Guru Pro Services.
He's the best solderer. He's good at putting the heat to the solder without burning his little fingers.
Dude, that guy is smart as heck. He really is.
That's fantastic, man. I've done some soldering in my day. My stepdad was a electronics engineer, so he helped me.
Oh, there you go.
He helped me do a science project one time. I think he mostly did the whole thing himself, and I kind of watched where we built a synthesizer, an 8-octave synthesizer, and I was so proud of that thing. But then I realized, I think I soldered maybe 2 or 3 things in this thing, and I never really did too much to it. So yeah, he built a synthesizer, and I turned it in for a grade. How about that?
There you go. Well, did you get a good grade on it?
I got a great grade on it, but the teacher accused me of my dad helped me on that, and I said, yeah, he did. He definitely did.
Shenanigans.
So, all right, what gets you into the PC services? Do you have some training in that, or is that something that you could learn on the job?
Man, honestly, I like sales. I like people.
Yeah.
I like networking. I mean, if I can meet somebody and tell you about what I do, that's the only sales that I need.
Yeah.
I just need you to come and give us a shot. Even if you already got somebody, let me be your plan B. I promise you'll leave with either a smile on your face, or if you're mad at me, we're still going to fix your stuff. My jokes aren't funny.
Hey, you're a smiley guy. Every time I see you, you got a little smile on your face, and I'm kind of happy to know you. I mean, I've already I put a friend request on your Facebook, and I've already I've added Guru Pro Services. I put the like on the page so I can follow them around. I noticed that most of the pictures are of cell phones, and primarily that's the services that they offer.
And you're about to see a change on that as well.
Yes, okay, that's what I was hoping, that I'd see more of the services offered as well.
Yeah, and we actually have a website, guruproservices.com, and that kind of shows a little bit more.
Super. Yes, I can read the laundry list here. Free estimates, iPhone repair, soldering services, iPad repair, Android repairs, cellular phones. We buy cell phones. You buy cell phones. What do you do with cell phones when you buy them?
All right, so the ones that we buy, they're going to have to be an iPhone 6 or up. Currently, right now, we're only buying iPhones, but if you do have a newer Android, Miss Stephanie will take a look at that. And she'll price it. She prices it, fair market value, and sometimes a little bit more, just depending on the condition. But I'm going to be honest with you, I do not handle the purchasing of it. I just know the types that we buy.
Okay. Yeah, I always wonder, what can you do with an old cell phone? I mean, I guess you can donate them to the pygmies or something.
Well, you can do a bunch of things. Now, if we buy it from you, obviously we're paying for it, so we have that ability to resell it.
Yeah.
Now, what we'll do is a lot of times somebody will have, something with a cracked screen, and it's going to cost us too much money to really make anything on it.
Sure.
What we'll do is we'll give you the option, if you're just looking to get rid of it, we can actually properly recycle that for you. So that way it doesn't end up in a landfill. Or if you donate it to us, we might be able to pull like an extra part for something that we're testing.
Very cool. So what do you think about that, Dustin Colvin? Since you said you don't want to put that stuff in the landfill, Phil, what are your views on the environment? And I guess that might be partially why you're back here in Russellville, Arkansas, and because of all the naturalness around. Are you an outdoors kind of guy? Are you worried about the environment?
I love the outdoors. I love fishing. I love hunting. I love camping. Just being outside. I love it. I prefer to be outside than I do inside. But as far as the environmental issue, I've got way too many people on my Facebook that are touchy on it. And I'd really like to not have an argument when I get off the phone. I
like to burn bridges. I do, and global, was it global warming? No, I think climate change would be the new word. I'm leaning towards it. There's always climate change, man. I mean, whether we're doing it or not, the Earth has climate change.
Exactly.
I remember there was an ice age at one point. I've heard about that. So sounds like the climate has changed.
Yep.
So whether we're contributing hard to it or not.
It's the same argument they've been having for the past 40 years.
Very cool.
Give it a new name, it's a new argument.
You got that right. All right. Well, I noticed that today was about 100 degrees on the index, and there's a big ball of fire in the sky, and so it's hot, man.
Right.
Global warming to me today is not a myth. I'm ready for fall, and it's coming soon as we're talking here, Dustin Colvin. So what's on the horizon for you, Dustin Colvin?
Man, honestly.
No, lie to me. I like it.
Well, I'm trying to figure out which part I should lie about.
the ones that they cannot Google and find out the truth.
Well, here shortly, you will be able to Google us.
There you go. I like to be Googled.
We're actually in an awkward stage. Okay. So myself and Brent, we are going to be opening up a restaurant.
I'm in.
It is going to be based in the Northwest Arkansas area.
Oh.
The problem with, and if you and I get together, you'll maybe schedule something down the road, but I can't really dive in a whole lot about it on this session. Due to legalities.
I get it.
But here in a few weeks, we should have everything buttoned up.
Fantastic.
Where I can give you every bit of information possible. But all I can say is literally nobody in a 500-mile radius has anything close to what we're bringing up here. And it's already set up. We just got to sign the paperwork.
That was going to be my next question, Dustin Colvin. Why are you moving it out of your area to Northwest Arkansas? And I'm guessing, the Razorbacks are there. I think that's all you need to say about that. But it's a good place to be. It's a college town, but you're in a college town. You have the Arkansas Tech University there in Russellville. Is there something like it there in Russellville?
Honestly, no. There's nothing like it here in Russellville.
So why not stay home?
There's one aspect that's already here, but it wouldn't be a competition thing. What it is, honestly, with everything going on in Polk County right now, I'm not interested in getting involved in the local drama.
Yeah, I've heard things about the casino and things like that they're putting a stop to it. I know the Hard Rock wants to come, and I'm a fan of the Hard Rock. I've been to Hard Rocks all over this great country of ours.
I love Hard Rocks.
Yeah, I got pins from all the Hard Rocks.
I go to, yeah, I get a hurricane every time I go just because it's Hard Rock. Right.
And so you're all for Hard Rock in Russellville. I guess that's where they want to be, right?
What I'm saying is I love Hard Rocks. As far as which casino comes here, honestly,
right.
I haven't done enough research to know which is the best one, but regardless, one is coming.
Oh, okay.
It's still going to help. It's going to help the economy.
I believe that.
And everybody just wants to, have an opinion about where the money should go, but that's other people's jobs.
Right.
So that's not what I'm wanting to get into, and that's what would happen if I open a business here.
I get it. Okay.
And then the population alone, it'll just for what we're bringing, we need a larger population.
Gotcha.
And then Russellville in about 5 to 6 years, absolutely.
So no to Little Rock then?
Little Rock is not a hard no; it's a soft no.
Okay.
We looked at the market. We looked at the thing about this is 3.5 years in the making. Yeah.
So is this all learned by doing, or is this something that you went to school for, or tried to get a little knowledge on?
By doing and working in different industries.
Yeah.
And kind of just putting it all together and traveling so much, seeing what works, what doesn't, literally all over the country, all over the world, doing market research, statistical studies, contacting other companies for demographic reviews. I mean, down to the T where we should open. And we presented a couple of our ideas to some people that have been in the industry for a really long time. And they're just saying, when do you open? What day is it going to be, and how do I get involved?
That's great. Well, it sounds like you're a man who learns by doing, and you've done some things. You've done the furniture business, the Southwestern Energy. You're the front man there in sales at My Guru PC or My Guru Pro Services, and you've learned how to deal with people, and you've learned the ins and outs of business. So you take that knowledge. So you're doing this with Brent. Is that correct?
I am actually. Do you mind if he says hi?
Yeah, that's fine. In fact, where did you guys meet? And I'll let Brett tell that story.
How you guys doing?
Okay, what's your name and who are you?
My name's Brett Vining. I've known Dustin here for, I guess, better part of about 10 years now. One of those nights where you get a little too friendly when you've had a couple too many drinks and you meet one of your best friends. That kind of night. But no, he's a very good guy. I've known him for a long time, and he actually started working for me in Alabama just a few years ago. Fantastic. He came up and joined me in that lovely place. So,
all right, you're in the furniture business right now, then?
I was for about 8 years.
Very cool. Okay,
Yes.
And that was your furniture business, or you were working for?
No. I worked for a local owner here in Russellville.
Gotcha.
I just worked all over the country for him.
So, all right. So, where did you meet up with Dustin, and how did that come together, and how did you decide that you wanted to go into business together after all that time?
Like I said, it's been a long time in the making. About 3.5 years. I had some life-changing events about that time and put me in the hospital. And when you go through a few surgeries in a short amount of time, it just makes you look at things a little bit differently and reevaluate everything. And I enjoyed everything I got to do, everywhere I got to see, and all the people I got to meet for all that time. But I'm ready to do something for myself, to come home, and mainly just to be home in Arkansas. It's you start missing home after a while.
Fantastic. So you're born and raised in Arkansas as well?
Yes, sir.
Oh, super duper, man. So a couple Arkansas kids getting together, building something together, man. So it sounds like you've developed such a friendship that you're almost brotherly, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely there.
Oh, that's fantastic, man.
He's the older one with gray hair.
What? Who's got what?
He's the older one with the gray hair.
Oh, burn.
Yeah. Younger kids and their smart mouths. What can I say?
Yes. Well, the chicks in New York, and yes, my mom told me not to call them chicks. They pay top dollar for that silver hair. So
there you go.
I think you're in style, bro. In style.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. All right, man. So you got something going. Something's happening. Something secret in the works, and maybe we'll revisit that later down the road. And learning about Dustin Colvin in the What Makes You Famous podcast. What more can you tell the people about you?
Man, brother. I'm trying to think, because I skipped all the BS relationship stuff because nobody cares.
Yeah, well, I mean, these are a part of life. You sounded like a country song a little bit earlier, hunting and fishing and loving every day.
Hey, add a divorce because she had an affair while I was deployed.
Son of a gun.
That and I swear to God.
And
dog died in her arms 3 days before I came home.
That's a tripe, man. A lot of people, a lot of people that are in the armed services, that is a downfall, man.
Oh, dude, all the time.
Oh my goodness, no.
Best thing that ever happened to me. Not at the time, but hindsight 2020.
I get it. You grow. I'm sorry that happened to you. Any kids come out of that?
No kids.
Clean break then.
Yeah, I hear she's happily engaged to the same guy.
All right.
Yeah, but I do have 2 sisters, a brother, and they all have kids.
Fantastic. Are they all here in Arkansas as well?
They are.
What? You got a big family.
I have got all of my siblings, my nieces and nephews, my mom and her side of the family are all out here. My dad's side, they're all split, mostly in California and New York, but a little bit all over the country.
So, okay, what places do you get to visit from time to time?
Shoot, anymore, I don't really. I just work constantly, but this is again, is one of the reasons why we're doing this. So down the road, we can travel and can, do what we want to, have something to show for why we work so hard.
Yeah.
But
how old a man are you now?
I am 32. I'll be 33 October 4th.
Perfect. That's a perfect time to have your life to where you can get it all straightened out because you're fully developed. Your brain has fully developed by now. You've gone through all your 20s to where you fall down and you make your mistakes and now is when your life can get put into place and you start thinking about, all right, what am I going to do for the rest of my life? And what you want to do is to have this restaurant then.
Oh yeah, and it's so much more. It's going to be great. I love people.
Yeah.
I have a love-hate relationship with people. It's kind of like technology.
But have you ever worked in the restaurant business before?
I have.
Okay.
I've worked in different aspects of it.
I mean, I did fast food when I was a kid too, but I don't think I have the desire to open a restaurant. I mean, unless it was just one or two things. You know, I'm Cuban from Miami, so if I can get Cuban sandwiches, you know, maybe that would be the way to go. You know, just where it was like one thing.
Well, we do have a specialty.
Yes.
It's not like walking into an Applebee's.
Right.
You know, it's not Burger King. You can't always have it your way.
Right.
But it's going to be, holy crap, mind-blowing. That was an explosion of flavor in my mouth. I'm coming back every day type place.
Like it. See, now that's something that I used to experience. There was a little Italian restaurant called Vita's down in Fort Lauderdale, and my best friend used to work there. And you would go in, you would not order food. They would feed you, is what it is. You'd come in and they'd put a little pasta on your plate, put some bread down, throw a little calzone on there if that's what they were making, or a pizza, or some meat, you know, big giant meatballs. You know, you did not order. You go in there, you eat, you pay the food, you pay for the food. That is an experience. Is that kind of where you're going, or is something you would offer maybe?
As I said earlier, can't really dive into a whole bunch
you go. Okay.
About what we're opening.
I'm digging. I shouldn't be.
I like it though. I like it. You got to try.
Yeah, of course, man. And you know, I often wonder if I did open a restaurant, what would it be? And I guess Cuban would be the way to go for me. But because
if you need some taste testers,
it's part of my background. I get it. You know, and I'm a fat guy, so I'll taste my own food. Thank you very much. Well, cool, man. Dustin Colvin, getting to know you a little bit out there in Russellville, Arkansas. If you want the people to get a hold of you, how do you want them to get in touch with you?
Man, honestly, right now, just hit me up on Facebook. You know, just look me up, Dustin Colvin. It's not hard to find me. And, you know, as you said, you already sent out that request.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's a lot of Dustin Colvin, so I'll definitely put the right one in the show notes. And I noticed it's Dustin Colvin 25. Did you make it when you were 25?
I probably did.
Or were there 24 other Dustin Colvins that you had to contend with?
Amazing how many Dustin Colvins will pop up randomly. And then I meet people and they're like, oh, you're the first Dustin I've ever met. I'm like, okay, you've been under a rock.
That is correct. That is correct.
But I'm also on Snapchat.
Oh, cool. What kind of things do you do on Snapchat?
Man, honestly, I don't, but I'm about to start.
Okay.
This coming weekend, we're going to kind of give a little preview about the type of stuff that we do.
Very good.
This weekend I'll start, showcasing small aspects about what everybody can expect to come in 6 short months.
Dig it, man. See, Snapchat was something I tried to get into, and I know it's, you have to do something every day. And whenever I do a show, I'll do a little an Instagram video about what show I'm doing. But to do a Snapchat or try to be comical every day, because it really, the comedy is what brings them in. So if you're going to do something even about your business, you got to tell some jokes too, make it kind of funny so people keep coming back for more.
Well, see, Brent's big thing is he's just going to kick me randomly because he thinks that's funny because he grew up in the Jackass era.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah,
that'll keep them coming back for more. Just kick you in random parts and see which part gets the most reaction.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty funny.
Yeah, I'm not really okay with this idea.
Okay, I mean, I'm just putting things out there, sending them out into the universe. Maybe they'll come true, maybe they will not. And if you send me the link to your Snapchat, I will put that in the show notes as well, so the people know where to find the Kick the Dustin Colvin Snapchat. Kick the baby. Don't kick the baby.
I'm probably going to get kicked now.
You're going to get kicked, whether you have a kick me sign on the back or not.
Yeah.
All right, Brett, I'm with you. See?
Hey, thanks, brother. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. So, all right. Any other aspects of Dustin Colvin you want to tell the people? Are you single and ready to mingle?
Oh, Lord. I am single. I'm not really interested in a relationship. I work all the time,
Yeah.
and I want to do this. But,
Okay.
If I run into you, don't be shy.
That's right. Pursuit of happiness, man. All right. What kind of things do you like to do if the possible soulmate wants to bump into you accidentally?
I love to eat,
Okay.
so feel free to cook for me.
I like that. I like that. That's the one that you take home to mama is the one that can cook for you. But then, a few years later, why did you gain 50 pounds? Well, look at the food you're making for me, man.
Right?
It's
Took
your
me a while
fault.
to lose that.
That's right. All right. So not currently looking for Miss Right yet.
Nah, not yet.
All right. Dustin
But hey,
Colvin.
if a Mrs. Wrong wants to come up,
Well played. Miss Right now. Oh.
but
Okay. All right. So any other aspects of you that you want to get into and tell people about, or is that pretty much it?
man, that is it. I just hope that the Hogs kind of figure out what they're doing.
Okay. Tell me about the Hogs.
Give us a good season. I don't really have a whole lot to talk about with them.
I worked at 93.3 The Source down in Little Rock. It's not there anymore. Now I think it's a Christian station. But I worked there with Wes Moore and Michael Smith and Clint Sterner and Pat Bradley, all those cats over there. And we had a lot of fun. And I had a lot of fun with them. But I don't know a lot about sports. But I did learn after working, I guess it was about a year I was working with them, running the board and playing music between things and sometimes talking on the mic here and there. But for the most part, listening to them talk about their Razorbacks. And I think Wes Moore, he used to bring in the Cowboys because I think that's our closest NFL team.
Yeah.
Being from Miami, I have a longing for the Dolphins, but I think they got their tails whipped last night. What is it, 53-10 or something? Or
Yeah, it wasn't pretty.
yesterday? Yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
I haven't really followed them since Marino left. So tell me about the Hogs. What's your experience, and how often you watch the Hogs?
Well, I mean, I try to watch every game, but honestly, after the whole Bobby Petrino debacle, they just started going downhill.
What happened to Bobby Petrino?
Oh, dude, Bobby Petrino ended up leaving because of what was her official title?
I don't remember.
Anyways, because of a hot young blonde.
That's
and
a good reason.
Ended up on the back of his motorcycle, and that's what the police report should have said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was bad. And he's married, and there was a matter of about 20 grand, and it's just he screwed up. And then the school didn't want the bad press because he lied about it in the first initial press conference, and then they just kind of blacklisted him.
Oh, so what happened to Brett Bielema?
Bielema got recruited from the north because everybody thought that if the schedule he had was the best in the country because everybody he played against and their record, and bring him down to the SEC, and he tried to change it to a passing team, and we don't have a passing team. We have a running offense. And every new coach that we get tries to say, I'm not going to change your offense. And then they go to a passing formation. Ask anybody that's followed the Razorbacks. They know that we're a running team. That's the way that we're always set up because that's how we recruit our defense. And our line is set up to be defending runners.
I think I may have learned that from Michael Smith. Running 2,000 yards and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
He's a running man. And then I had Clint Sterner, and I like him. I like him a lot. But his claim to fame was the fumble, I guess, the stumble. And I felt bad about that. That's your defining. He was a cowboy for crying out loud.
Yeah.
And that's his defining moment in his career was a fumble pass. Really? Come on, man. Everybody makes mistakes, but it's weird how that can become your defining moment,
Oh yeah, and it's sad how serious people get as far as like flipping the quarterback's trucks and then threatening the lives of kickers and quarterbacks. while they're still in school on campus.
Yeah.
Because of a game.
So what do you think of that? Should the kids in school get paid?
I mean, technically they already do.
People are making millions.
They go to college.
Yeah, but people are making millions off of these kids.
That honestly should be up to the gaming commission.
Yeah.
Because if they're going to start paying them, then you need to open up betting legally everywhere.
Right. Okay.
So it's just gonna turn into just one big snowball effect. And I'm glad I'm not on that committee. Because I don't have a dog in the fight. I just enjoy watching them every Saturday.
Yeah. I mean, if you have you ever thought about running for any kind of commission or anything like that, or is that not your bag?
I mean, a few years ago it crossed my mind.
Yeah.
But now, no. I want to do me. I want to hang out with people. I want to BS with them all day. I want to feed them.
You can definitely do that in the restaurant business, man. Feeding families, getting to know people. Once you feed them one good meal, they're going to come back for more. And I see nothing but good things for you, Dustin Colvin. That's fantastic, man. I'm glad I met up with you over at the PC place, and I say PC place. It's the Guru Pro Services place in Russellville, Arkansas. That's 1208 East Main Street. Go there now. But you say nothing's broken? Well, break something and then go there. Don't do that, okay?
Oh, please don't do that. But if you do, mention the podcast.
Oh, I broke my phone on purpose so I can meet you, Dustin.
It sounds so interesting.
Yeah. No, you're good, man. You're good. Everybody has a story, and you've had a story. You've been in the Navy. You were born in Sacramento. I guess you can't even consider yourself a Yankee or a Rebel. You're from Sacramento, man. When I was
in Russellville every day.
Yeah, and I'm from Miami, and they said, "Oh, you're a Yankee from Miami," because that's the biggest suburb of New York. So there you go. What is it? A New Yorker's favorite wine. I want to go to Florida. Okay.
Yeah.
So, do you ever get out to Cali anymore? Or you don't do any traveling anymore now that you're working too much?
No, the last time I was out in Cali was 2015.
Yeah. How did it go then?
I went out to hang out with my dad.
Oh, okay. So Dad's still out there, or he was. I'm sorry he passed away. Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I went up there, saw everybody, and then that was the last time that I really traveled for me. I went to Disney a couple years ago.
Land or World? World. Excellent.
I'm there now. I went for 5 days, and 4th of July fell into one of those 5 days, and oh my God, that shit will never happen again.
What a celebration, though, man. So many people, I'm sure.
But they had to shut down entry to the park because it was full.
Yeah, I suspect that's true.
Yeah, it was 105 degrees.
I suspect that's true, too.
Yep. Dude, sitting on the asphalt, legit temperature was showing 140.
Yikes. Yeah.
Yeah, almost threw a guy into the water, and we enjoyed a parade.
Yeah, I mean, when I lived down there, I would go about once or twice a year. I lived in Orlando for a year, and I went once. And it's like,
right?
Wait a minute, I live right here next to Mickey, but when I was in Miami, 5 hours away, twice a year. I don't know. That's how things work out, I guess.
Dude, I was in San Diego for 4 years. I never went to the zoo.
What?
Because I had that mindset. It's right down the road. I can go whenever I want.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, holy shit, I'm leaving.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dude, San Diego Zoo is world famous, man.
I know. Then I just look like the ass that never went to the zoo.
Yeah. I mean, I went to the Little Rock Zoo. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's somewhat sad. I look at the monkeys. I like the monkeys. All right, man. Dustin Colvin. Yeah, I learned some things about you. The people have learned about you, and you didn't think you were going to have anything to talk about, and here we are on the What Makes You Famous podcast. From what I suspect, you got some things coming up that you're going to be able to talk about real soon. So hopefully we can revisit in about 6 months or a year and find out what's going on with you, Dustin Colvin. And Brett, I don't remember your last name.
Vonning.
Brett Vonning.
Vining.
Vining. Very good, man. Very good. Anything else you want to tell the people?
Brother, I'm good, but I do look forward to our next chat. I appreciate you having us on here.
Fantastic, Dustin Colvin. Thanks for being on the What Makes You Famous program. And go ahead and accept my friend request and send me the link to your Snapchat so the people know where to find the what was it called? Kick the Dustin? Yeah, Kick the Dustin Snapchat.
We'll work on that one, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. It's a work in progress.
Yeah, we're still accepting ideas.
Thank you, Dustin. Thank you, Brett.
Thank you, brother.
Well, there you have it, party people. Dustin Colvin and his buddy Brett. Oh, my goodness. They're going to open a restaurant. And you heard so much about what has happened in Dustin Colvin's life. See, that's what it is, man. Everybody's got a story. If you want to tell your story, I encourage you. Tell your story. Thank you, Dustin Colvin, for being on the What Makes You Famous podcast. And if you want to tell your story, I encourage you to give me a call at 501-470-6386 or email info@radiowhat.com. That's it for this edition of What Makes You Famous. It's Keys Dan, radiowhat.com, djlittlerock.com. Peace. I'm out of here.
Radio What? The music you want. Hey guys, this is Shelly G with a fast fact. The harmonica is the world's best-selling musical instrument. Do you have a fast fact? Share it with us at Interactive Radio, radiowhat.com.
Hey guys, this is Shelly G. She said, what? Well, you are going to have to listen to the countdown to hear what I say. And make sure to keep listening to Radio What for more information and trivia. She said, what?